Lesson 68, SmartArt Formulas. Well, this new SmartArt engine is pretty cool, but Microsoft really blew it in one regard. They were so focused on PowerPoint that they weren't thinking about Excel. In Excel, we've had the ability for 10 years to populate a shape with a formula from the worksheet. And even though that technology has existed for a decade, they didn't hook it up in SmartArt. I was very disappointed that we can't dynamically get the values for the SmartArt shapes right from the worksheet. And as I was working on a book for Q called Leveraging SmartArt, my technical editor was one of the folks from Microsoft who was on the SmartArt team. And he mentioned in an offhand way what would happen if you would copy and paste the SmartArt in a certain way, and that it would change it back to shapes. And I realized, well, wait a second, then that's going to solve our problem of how to create SmartArt with dynamic text. Let me walk through exactly what's going on. Now, we're in lesson 68, and feel free to take a look at this workbook. Basically, I've used some sum-if formulas here to total up the total sales by person from columns A and B. I then used the rank function to figure out who is in first place. And then down here, these numbers 1, 2, 3 are the key values for the VLOOKUP to figure out who's in first, second, and third, and how much they have. Finally, a concatenation formula over here in column G that gives us some text. This is the text that ultimately I hope to have appear in the SmartArt. But the way that this works is as we record each sale, so let's say that Sue has a sale of $92.06. The data is automatically updated, and that moves Sue into third place. So you can kind of create an interactive scoreboard. Let me page down here where I've created a basic SmartArt, and I went through and put in what I'll call placeholder text. Someone is in the lead with $999 and filled in all of those. I could, if I wanted to, do some formatting. Maybe we want the top shape to be in blue, so we could change the shape fill to a nice blue shape, and then yellow for second. No, I don't like yellow. How about orange, and then green for third. Maybe we want this shape a little bit smaller, the third place shape, so we can resize it down a bit and resize the second shape down a bit as well. So we have the leader in a large shape and getting progressively smaller as we go down. All right, so we click somewhere inside of our shape and then press Control A. Control A selects all of the shapes within the shape. I can now use Control C to copy and scroll back up to where I want the shape to actually appear and paste with Control V. Now what's interesting here is this is no longer SmartArt. We created it and formatted it while it was SmartArt, which allowed us to create the graphics very easily, but we've now created individual shapes. On the Drawing Tools format, let's go ahead and ungroup these so that way they become individual shapes, and you'll see that for each of these shapes we actually have a couple of different shapes. There's a couple of different shapes there. So I need to make sure to select the first shape. If I choose in this text, I see that it's rounded rectangle 4, and I should be able to type equal G7 and press enter, and sure enough, the text in the shape now is a live value that comes from that formula. I'm not allowed to build a formula here, I just have to directly refer to a cell. So this will be equal G8. And this will be equal G9. All right, so now as we continue to sell throughout the day, so we have Joe just sold $25. Still not enough to move him up. Mary has another sale. Nice big sale, $125. Moves her up to the lead. And then Bob has someone walk in and buy $175.45. That moves Bob into the lead and Mary down to second place. So here we have something that appears to be SmartArt, but through a few tricks, it is no longer SmartArt. It is just regular shapes that are allowed to have text coming right from the worksheet. Of course, at this point, we could probably take all of this text and format it in a white font so no one sees that it's there, and it appears that we just have a nice scoreboard that updates as we continue to change or add new sales in the database. Well, I hope you found that helpful, and thanks for watching.
Looking to advance your career by acquiring new skills? Tired of expensive off-site training programs? Wish you could learn from the best instructors in the industry? Look no further than live lessons. Self-paced, personal video instruction by the world's leading technology publishers. Each live lesson comes with a DVD featuring 3 to 4 hours of instructor-led classroom training, sample program code that allows you to work along with your personal instructor, and an example-rich study guide. Live lessons allow you to watch the entire course from start to finish, or navigate directly to any of the individual lessons. You'll literally watch over the shoulder of your instructor as he shows you how to build state-of-the-art applications. Live lessons, the power of the world's leading technology experts at your fingertips. To learn more, visit mylivelessons.com today.